big impacts what we're hoping to have is now, which is a bit set at the moment, which is very underutilised.
Sat and tidy
for
up.
various reasons. When you walk it, it's actually not too bad.
I think actually they are running this material in today as well. So
there's a massive piece of work.
if we look, oh yeah, you see the long arm up there at the moment, unloading the barge.
It's going to be open because the banks will feed into one of them.
Yeah, so I sit across all of construction, and then we've got what we call our command and control. And then I've got one senior construction manager that sits in charge of phase A. I've got 3 that sit across the infrastructure works, and I've got 1 that sits above all parts of the infrastructure. And then I've got 1 guy that looks after logistics and security for me. So it's all siloed down to manage it. They do matrix quite well, but so part of my job is being bad sometimes.
When we go to safety area, the more you can use it and activate it, the better.
Sorry?
Hence why we're in discussion with the blue at the moment about having.
Yes, we had to shut the site for 2 days when it snowed because it was unsafe. We couldn't put people out there. So one of the key things we do is we make sure we don't hurt anyone at work.
They're looking for space.
So it cost me a lot of money to shut the site, but it was the right decision.
A lot of residents. Central location, Southall
Don't want anyone going home with broken feet, ankles, legs, all sorts. We all know that ice can be dangerous. I know, imagine slipping on ice and being on crutches.
Yeah. Can we go into the sawdust a bit?
No, we won't be able to go in there today.
Not today.
Yes. We can go into by the canal for the unloading.
Where the canal's unloading.
GPS trackers are attached to that
because we're computer controlled. So the driver drives the machine, but he's got a screen in his cab that tells him what level he's at when he's blading through and when they're digging. So he comes through and we load the model for the whole site into all the machines, and in theory they can drive themselves.
So this is where the operation takes place for our canal unloading. You can see it's running, the barge is there, it's arrived, aggregate's coming off, trucks are waiting. There, they fill up, load up, and then depending on what it is, it goes into its relevant sections.
Today that's the fill that's going down the Western Access Bridge, yeah. So the easiest way for us to run it logistically is we say to the contractors, whether it be Cemex for the batching plant or FM Conways that are building the bridge for us, that they get a set day and then they know that they can bring in the right amount of lorries, they bring it in here, and then the dump trucks, they carry 30 tonne at a time, they'll take it down to the relevant area for them.
Imagine the impact. Yeah.
So, and you probably can't see it, you can see one of the guys there. We've got traffic marshals that are out on the towpath. What we've agreed with Canals and Rivers Trust is that we have traffic marshals out there. If any members of the public come through, we stop the operations, they pull the arms and the buckets back in out of the way, we let the members of the public pass, and then we carry on again. At the moment we're averaging, because we do a count through there, we're getting about 55 people a day on average that either walk. We sign a contract with you for a year, if it works we'll carry on, there's an option to roll it on. Successful so far. See that'll go through the crusher is stuff that's coming out of phase A. If a forklift driver drops a pallet or something, so that there'll be the new stocks that are damaged, unfortunately. On this area here, we go over. We've got Bailey bridges on site, so because of the gas mains on site, there are areas where we're not allowed to put HGVs or dump trucks because of the gas mains. That's obviously subcontractors. There is a very strict logistics plan and permit to break ground in place to make sure that we don't interact. The blocks that sit at the front here, where you have blocks G and H, they'll be 10-storey as we work in, and then off to the back past where you see that tower crane, we'll have a 20-storey tower. It's the biggest building on the site. We're limited by Heathrow's aviation cap, so we're only allowed to go up to a certain ceiling height. The children automatically default to brake, destruct, Unfortunately, when it came to the main crane, I was not going to have a crane called the Destroyer. That would have been bad karma.
At least you didn't have crane face.
It was actually thrown in the mix.
Yeah.
So I think it must have been a parent that was influencing the crane. But luckily,
Very much about
it's a brilliant job. First Olympic village ever to be built without fatality. And the chefs de missions that look after all of the countries, they used to meet daily, and on the first couple of meetings we had, they fed back to us that it was the best village they'd ever been to. So we did a good job. I think everyone enjoyed it. One of the things that was very interesting was, because I was there during the games as well, because we did facilities management.
I did a bit of work up there now.
Yeah.
The rest of the site is great.
No, it was good. I enjoyed it. It's definitely one of the best jobs I've worked on.
So these roads we're driving, are they roughly where the roads are going to be?
These are offline. So the main spine road is off to the right, where the drainage is being put in. That's where the main road will sit. And that sweeps down through the site. We will pull roads offline so that we can still access them. We'll get to a point where, because of the length of the job, the roads will be open. Some of the roads will be fixed. Go back and plane and regulate, and then just put the final plating tarmac across. So all of the roads that we build are beefed up to we've got solid running surface everywhere. Sorry? Yellow things, trench boxes. So you dig a hole in the ground and put those in the ground, and it keeps people safe when they're doing the drainage pipe work. Stops all the trench collapsing on top of them. If you're in a trench and it collapses, if it comes above your knee and you're not just
You said 25.
they vary. So the Harefield main that runs out underneath the canal drops down to 10 metres, so you can get under the canal. The majority of them are about 2 metres deep, and they're most of them are 3.5 foot diameter.
But then once construct was confirmed,
Some of them in brilliant condition, some of them have been in for 60, 70 years. So,
they're going to do all that work.
but it's the same at London. The whole infrastructure, the drainage, all of the networks they're in need of a bit of replenishment. But unfortunately, London's operating 24/7, so it's a risk of how much of London do you shut down? How much pipe work do you replace? Is what they have to assess.
That's why
they're doing a big job, and the key one at the moment is obviously they're putting the new drain run in through by the Thames as well. So that's a very interesting engineering project, that one. Because what a lot of people don't realise is that the old Victorian systems have got an overflow on them. So the foul drainage, when you have really bad weather, it fills up and it then just goes into the Thames. It's one of the reasons the Thames is so dirty. So yeah, once it's all finished, then none of the foul will escape. Then it'll be all contained and go through to the treatment centres. Underground tanks and some above ground swales that we do. It's about 10,000 cube of attenuation that we've got in the drainage system, so we can cope with the 1 in 100-year storm.
Apparently haven't been researched for 40 years.
The weather at the moment is a little bit, can't quite tell what's going on, but just to the left here is gas holder 1. This is the last of the gas holders that's been decommissioned. So it's the smallest one on site, and it's also the most difficult for them to do because of how close it is to the railway.
We did it first for that reason.
Yeah, I was going to ask what the rail sort of radius sites, we're just leaving you to get on.
Otherwise everyone would say,
They've been